In the earlier module, I talked about the leaders today need to develop the ability to develop what we call the cognitive readiness skills to be able to succeed in the VUCA world. In the 2016 Executive Development Associate, EDA, did a research on the trend in executive development. This is a biennial research that we interview worldwide business leader, CEOs, HR leader, head of learning and development, talent management over the last 30 years. So it's a trend. And we asked the question, one of the questions that we asked is, what do you look for in developing your leaders, or when you select your leaders, or what is important in terms of developing the leaders of the future? And consistently, organization has looked at, of course, vision, having leaders with vision, ability to have customer insight and so forth. But for 2016, when we asked the question about leading in the VUCA world, interestingly, cognitive readiness has come out as a critical competency or priority. And this is important for us to understand, because this will make a difference in the ability of your future leader to be successful in executing your strategy. So as I mentioned earlier, the research talked about what are the major findings. Let me just talk a little bit about the major finding for this EDA 2016 research. One is about creating a powerful and engaging vision. Second is responding to customer requirement, changing customer requirement, which need to be, the outside-in perspective. Third is preparedness for VUCA world. Organizations worldwide have said that it's very important to get the leaders ready for the VUCA world. And fourth, very interesting, developing both critical competency and cognitive readiness. Now, we all know about critical thinking, and this is a common, many organizations have run courses after courses on critical thinking. But today, what is important is not critical thinking, is cognitive readiness. Cognitive readiness is a set of skills which include critical thinking, which should help leaders to be able to meet the challenge in the VUCA world. And I will explain a little bit more in a short while. This research that we talk about, leading in the VUCA world, and the research for the trend in executive development by EDA has been endorsed by many thought leaders, one of which is 𝐃𝐄𝐒. And Jim, who sits on the EDA advisory board, and who's also the co-author of the book called the World Bestseller Leadership Challenge. And he's also the Dean Executive Fellow of Leadership at the Levy School of Business in Santa Clara University in California. And I think Jim has clearly articulated that this research on leading in the VUCA world, including cognitive readiness, are relevant in today's organization, whether it's NGO, whether it's government, business organization, corporation, a community, and so forth. So how do we then prepare the leaders of the future? This is the challenge. Leaders need to be ready for the VUCA world.